Welcome to Gaming with Bare Hands. I am Bare Hands. Today we have an exciting video about the King's Cup challenge that last night I was able to beat. It was really exciting. Had a lot of fun with it. And today we just kind of want to highlight a couple of the really intense games through the challenge. What I am noticing from the challenge, most people struggle with a specific type of deck, whereas I'm really strong with the Expo deck, and I feel like I'm pretty strong with the Golem deck. I really struggle when I play with the Dark Prince deck. What we're going to do is jump into a couple of the better games of my run, because I don't want to show you 12 games, we'll just probably look at 4. And I hope you guys are having a lot of fun with the challenge as well, and I'm interested to see what Supercell does when they switch up the challenge. And so, let's jump into a couple of games here. Alright, this is the Dark Prince deck that I really struggle with when I play with it. I don't play the best chip game, I guess, and I think this deck really shines when you're good at chipping. I'm going to go ahead and throw the Goblin Spawner down in the middle here on the left side, and he is going to follow up with the Bowler, which tells me he is playing with the Expo deck. Well aware of it, as that's my favorite deck, and I kind of, at this point, am wishing I had it. I'm going to throw my Lumberjack and Archers down on the right, just to kind of get a little bit of a rush on the other side, but he's able to shut it down with the Skeleton Army. We're going to shut down this Bowler here and the Expo after it gets tons of damage off to my tower. And he also has a Princess sitting there chipping away also. So he got my tower all the way down to 1682. Wait a minute, even more than that. I play the Goblin Spawner on the right-hand side instead of the left. So I have to pretty much waste the Skeleton Army over on the left just to kill the Princess. So really poor placements there. Poor playing, but you know what, that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these skeletons. We have a little bit of chip damage running down the right-hand side. He throws the Expo in the middle, which is going to be able to take away my Goblin Spawner, which in my opinion is a pretty good play on his part. I know when I've played the Expo deck against this deck, I've done the same thing, and it seems to work out really well. I'm going to throw my Mega Minion, my Dark Prince here, and actually lightning away all of this. But to no avail, we're unable to get to his tower. At least we dealt with the Expo there. And kind of an interesting setup. I don't feel incredibly behind, but I feel not that good about playing with this deck. And so I'm just taking it easy. Probably play a little bit more defense. If he doesn't throw anything down, I'll probably rush the other side. I'm going to go ahead and get my Goblin Spawner down again. I place it further back to hopefully avoid him getting the Expo on that immediately. That's not the case. We're going to throw this down with backup units to try and get through the Skeleton Army faster, but as you can see, it doesn't do anything. The Bowler's going to shut down the Goblins running down the left-hand side, and we get a pretty good Mega Minion off here, and then get another Goblin Spawner going. But with that Fireball on the Goblin Spawners in my tower all the way down to 804, I am not that happy about how this is looking, because really all he has to do is get one good Expo off, or just Fireball the thing down in overtime over and over again. So we've got a Lumberjack running, we've got a Mega Minion going toward his tower, but he smartly plays the Skeleton Army as a defensive card just to distract the Mega Minion until it dies. And then here we go, he Fireballs again onto my tower. We've got the Dark Prince in a plethora of units running toward the Princess, who destroys all of them. His mini-pack is going to shut down the Dark Prince. I feel like I am just hitting a brick wall over and over again. And so, I mean, in this point in a game, you kind of have to go, you know what, I have to do something extraordinary to get the win. It's got to be just crazy. So what I do, the Skeleton Army is not that extraordinary something, if you were wondering. The Dark Prince is going to splash away the skeletons. We have to deal with this Bowler. He's got his Expo on the field. We're going to go ahead and throw little units down and then lightning away these units, because if he gets that tower down to 200 and I don't know what the Fireball is doing at level 9, 270 maybe, then we're done. All right, he goes ahead and just Fireballs the thing out, and now he's got it down to 346, and check it out. We throw the Lumberjack goblins, which he does not throw the skeleton army on, and it brings his tower all the way down to 218. Just one stray lumberjack. If he had countered that how he typically countered it in the past, he would have shut me down completely, and he would have ended up getting that win, eventually chipping away on my left-hand tower. Guys, this game a lot of the times is about not you outplaying, but them just making a mistake. Get my excitement going for the rest of these games. Let's jump into another. Alright, this game against VTNT was a lot of fun because I got the Expo. And I'm going to be honest, the Expo deck is my favorite deck to play with in this, simply because I just feel dominant with the deck. We're going to go ahead and cycle some Fire Spirits in the back here, and then we're going to do exactly what I had just talked about and throw the Expo back, a little bit more of a defensive position. But, as you can see, the 6 Elixir Expo is able to completely shut down the 5 Elixir Goblin Spawner, and then it sits there in my base as a defensive card. So it's actually going to help me out quite a bit longer into the game, and that helps me be able to build pushes and things like that without worrying about getting overwhelmed. The Expo is going to help out against these skeletons. The bowler is going to crush the archer there, and we kind of have a nice little push going in here. And as you can see, he keeps throwing down units, and the Expo is helping out. So a little bit too close to my units, I guess, on his placement there. His Mega Minion was brilliant. It took out my princess. It took out my bowler. But we're still ahead. We're a little bit behind in Elixir, but that's okay. He's going to throw down some cards here that gives us an Elixir advantage, being able to deal with the archers with the Fire Spirits, and then the Lumberjack with the Mini P.E.K.K.A. Mini P.E.K.K.A. is incredible. Such a good card. Kind of doing the same thing. He throws the goblins there. The princess is going to kill all of them in one shot, and then she's just kind of inching her way up toward that goblin spawner. And not wanting my princess to lock onto the tower and then become mincemeat, I throw the bowler down, but he throws the Dark Prince down, and you can see my poor placement there, allowing it to get splashed away. Try and separate your units a little bit. Even if you don't think something's going to happen, something's going to happen, okay? So here he goes again with the Mega Minion. Great counter to the bowler, but the bowler is going to end up taking that out. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to ignore the Mega Minion, and I'm going to throw the Expo down over here, get the skeleton army down, which anticipates his skeleton army perfectly. And now, check it out. We go ahead and anticipate the Lumberjack with a Mini P.E.K.K.A, shutting that down completely, and then his Mega Minion is going to get hit by these Fire Spirits, but not quick enough, and it ends up taking out the Expo. So we kind of now have an idea of how he likes to counter our Expo when we play, right? So next time we play the Expo, I kind of have an idea, depending on where he is in his rotation, that he will want to play the Skeleton Army. Even though it gets shut down, you know what? Habits die hard, guys. Sometimes you could take a, what's the phrase I'm looking for? You could take a chance on them doing the same thing. So check it out. I throw the Skeleton Army again in anticipation, and it is right on with his Skeleton Army. Then I'm going to throw the Mini P.E.K.K.A down here, which is going to shut down the Dark Prince, and he throws the Lumberjack down again, just like he had before. The Expo is helping out here. Then he's going to throw his Mega Minion down, and I get the bowler down in front of it, knowing his Mega Minion would be next up, and our Expo is going to sit here, attacking away at the tower, only to fall to our Fireball. And so, great prediction plays with the Expo. I just feel really comfortable in that position. Kind of getting in my opponent's head with an Expo deck, being able to sit back and say, you know, this is what he did last time. I'm pretty sure he's at the same point in rotation. Let's just go ahead and put him to the test again, see if we can out-predict. Awesome game. Okay, this is the second to last game that I had. At this point, we were at 11 wins and 1 loss. And I don't know this person's name, but man, was this an intense game. This is really intense. One of the more intense games. We get the Fire Spirit spawner, the Furnace, going on the right side, and he throws the Witch down over on the left. And I'm going to get a Dark Prince going that can kind of help splash away those skeletons. It's going to run into the Witch, and just to avoid anything nasty from building up, I go ahead and light it. Don't know if that was the right play, but what it did is it allowed the Dark Prince to get up to his tower and bring it all the way down to 1765, which that's close to 1,000 damage for him just ignoring the Dark Prince. Then we get a Lumberjack running down the lane here, Then the Lumberjack is just going to sit there and wail away on his right-hand tower. Unfortunately, though, we have an unchecked balloon on our left side, bringing our left-hand tower all the way down to 800. And so that's also why I like the balloon deck. It doesn't matter how good your opponent does. If you could get one balloon into the tower, you crush it. So now I know I should have anticipated the balloon because I knew it was the balloon deck. Once they play the witch, you know it's the balloon deck 95% of the time. So he's going to throw the witch down again. We're kind of looking at the same thing, but instead I'm going to switch it up. That didn't go so well last time, so I'm going to switch it up, get the fire spirits rolling and bouncing and tumbling along into the little skeletons, into the witch, and check out this money lightning spell. We hit the witch, we hit the dragon, and we hit the balloon. And the balloon still gets to my fire spirit spawner. I don't know why I can't just call it the furnace. Fire spirit spawner sounds so much more sophisticated. His archers are running toward our tower, so we're going to go ahead and throw our lumberjack on the archers with our archers. Maybe we can sneak it up to the tower there. But he's going to do a pretty decent zap. He missed a couple of cards, which allows our archer and one spear goblin to kind of help out there to prevent. And it's looking neck and neck. We've got a dragon, we've got the witch. We know he wants to play his balloon. We've got fire spirits coming out of the furnace. We're going to go ahead and throw the skeletons down, and even though I felt like we were trying to defend pretty well there, our tower dropped all the way down to 404. One balloon, I think even before that, one balloon would have ended this, but one balloon is going to end this game, and so I am just a little bit panicky at this point. Probably forgot to breathe. Don't forget to breathe. You know what? It worked last time. Let's throw the lumberjack down on the right-hand side, catch him off guard. We bring that tower all the way down to 1,000, and now look at his split damaged towers. We are going into overtime, and I need to make sure that this balloon doesn't make it to our tower, so we go ahead and spread our air defense units around so he's unable to zap them all. And I felt good about that. That was a complete balloon shutdown, and I'm thinking to myself, all I have to do is keep shutting this down. Probably would have won at this point if I threw the lumberjack over on the right there. We get a lightning down, taking out that dragon and other units. We have one archer coming in at the tower, and we are at 400 on his left tower, 404 on our left-hand tower. He zaps the archers. We tack, oh my goodness. We tack so much damage on that balloon that I don't even think it should be legal to fly at that point. Take away that person's flying license, that balloon is done, okay? For crying out loud. All our Dark Prince had to do was hit the tower. He got some little units there in front of it, splashed it away, and we were a hair breadth away from victory in that game. I still had fun, though. I was just sitting there going, you know what? I really struggled with the Dark Prince deck. I felt like I played really, really well. I maybe rushed a little bit too soon on him. I could have just sat back, defended the balloon, and that got the win. But you know what? In hindsight, your vision's 20/20. So let's jump into the last game here. And this game against Leone was awesome. This game was awesome. I have got, that's right, my favorite deck, the Bowler Princess deck. Expo, Skarmy. He's throwing down his witch on the right-hand side, and he has the balloon, which totally changes the dynamic of our deck. Totally. The Expo is the only card defensively that will draw the attention of the balloon in our deck. Other than that, we do not have a musketeer. We do not have a lot of options for air. And he has got a dragon and the balloon, and so immediately I have to change my playstyle, or I know I'm just going to... I play the Expo, he just plays the balloon on it, and then rushes over to our tower and crushes it. So I need to use the Expo in more of a defensive stance, and the Expo doesn't target air either. And so we are just kind of sacrificing our 6 elixir Expo for his 5 elixir balloon, and it's not even damaging the balloon, it's just drawing it over. So check it out. He throws the witch and the balloon over at my princess there. We draw the witch and the balloon over into the middle. Both towers are going to be able to shoot on the Expo, and we shut the balloon down for the first time. So it worked, but it kind of sets us back in elixir a little bit. So we need to do a better job getting positive elixir trades in our defense going forward so that when he plays that balloon, we can keep kind of dumping a little bit extra elixir into that defense. He throws the Ice Spirit down on the left-hand side. I get scared when I see the Ice Spirit, thinking that, is he already back around to his attack? He's just kind of cycling cards because I know he is probably thinking the same thing I'm thinking. If I just get that balloon down, I'm going to crush his tower. He's got a dragon coming over here to the right-hand side, and we just ignore the thing. It is true to its name. It is a little baby dragon, and it splashes damage. It does a good bit of damage over on the right-hand side, but check out this Expo. Going to draw the attention of everything. Our skeleton army is going to take care of those other units, and we've got a balloon running toward our tower. We fireball it so that it can't get there, which, if you think about it, we dropped 6 elixir for an Expo to draw the thing, and then 4 elixir to fireball the balloon. We're dropping like 10 elixir at a time to stop the balloon from getting to our tower. Pro play bowler there, but did you see that fight? The Fire Spirits hit the ground. The baby dragon says, well, I know I was targeting this bowler here, but we're just going to fry the little Fire Spirits there. I go ahead and fireball the little units, because I know that I have a zap. His balloon, even though it's under rage, comes over to my Expo, and I'm able to take it out. And look at this. I'm like, oh, wow, this is the win. And he pushes the princess with his witch. Absolutely insane. I thought, you know what, that's it. That's when you lose the game, when you have 70 health on the tower. I'm able to draw this over. I should have just zapped the tower at that point, but I'm just freaking out thinking there's a balloon coming toward my right-hand tower. I deal with the thing, and our bowler is able to sneak in one of them big rocks on that left-hand tower and get us the win. Holy cow, was that intense. Hopefully that gives you a little bit of an idea of how to counter the balloon deck when you're playing with the Expo deck. I actually talked with my brother who is doing the exact same thing, saying that's the only way that I can beat that deck when I'm playing with the Expo deck, and it's actually a really good way to counter it. Let us check out our King's Cup Challenge reward. We've got 100 cards and 2,000 gold. Let's open it up right now. Let's pray for another legendary. I have gotten so lucky with the legendaries recently. First, we get our 2,000 gold as expected. Then we get 4 Valkyries, 6 Inferno Towers, 1 Bowler, and what is our last? Oh boy, 89 Bombers. That's so exciting. Well, you know what? You can't get amazing cards every single time. Thanks so much for stopping in for this episode. Had a lot of fun making it because, let's be honest, I won. I hope you guys are winning as well. Get up to that 12-win mark. It feels great, really empowering, makes you feel talented. 2 hours and 19 minutes left on the King's Cup as of me recording this video. And so I hope that you guys have gotten at least one complete win through the special event there before it switches. Thanks for stopping in. Don't forget to hit a like if you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe so you can come back for more Gaming with Bare Hands. I appreciate all of the support that you give me. You can even share the video on your social media. Don't forget to stop in next time, though. Have an awesome day. I hope to see you next time. See you later.